The Indiana Pacers are a young and very exciting team that have shown some flashes of brilliance this year, and they have a very big offseason ahead of them. They need to, first off, make the right selection with their projected number 7 pick. They need to bring back some key free agents, but they have Tyrese Haliburton, Myles Turner, and Benedict Mathurin, and man, that's 3 really good pieces going forward, especially when none of them are over the age of 27, all still yet to enter their prime. So, before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment, and stick around for the end of the video because I think you will enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started looking at the offseason preview for this Pacers squad, starting with the offseason guide for everything you need to know about them this offseason. Like I said, they have the projected number 7 overall pick. They also have the 29th pick and the 26th pick late in the first round. Then they also have 50 and 55 late in the second round. Their key free agents are Tyrese Haliburton, Chris Duarte, Aaron Nesmith, and Isaiah Jackson, all of which are on a team option. So those are just your young guys still in their rookie contract that you still have team control over. It's a no-brainer that you're going to bring them back. Now, the draft. The first couple of candidates here, originally, I thought it would be maybe Cam Whitmore, maybe Azur Thompson. Of course, Azur, a very good wing prospect, very athletic, can really defend, especially at the point of attack, about 6'7", 200 pounds. All the intangibles needed. He just can't really score it. I mean, he scored in the OTE league, but I'm not sure how that will translate over. Not the greatest shot in the world. He's got a better shot than his brother Amin, but he's not as good of a point guard as a floor general as Amin is, so that's why he kind of falls a little bit. Cam Whitmore, another big body, super athletic wing here. He's about 6'7", 235, and can jump out of the gym from Villanova. He hit a lot of tough shots. He is what you call a tough shot maker, although at times the shot IQ was a little bit questionable, but I don't think they're going to take either of these guys. I think they're going to settle in on Taylor Hendricks as their power forward of the future here. He has been flying up draft boards. I mean, this is a guy that was not even a lottery pick a couple of months ago, and now people are saying there's a chance he will be a top 5 pick. I mean, I get the versatility. I don't think he's that good as where he's a top 5 pick. But at 6'9", I mean, he can defend the rim. He can drive inside. He can shoot it from downtown. I mean, there's a lot to like about Taylor Hendricks. That's who I think the Pacers end up going with here with their projected 7th overall pick. We'll see if it goes up or down. Now, at 26 and 29, here are a few of the prospects that I think will be in that range. Dylan Mitchell, the first from Texas. He's a guy, he's got a lot of potential. He's got NBA length and athleticism, but he's going to really need to be developed. The athleticism is there, but some of the basketball talent is not quite there yet. Ryan Rupert from overseas in the NBL. He's another guy. He will need to be developed. I mean, if you're drafting down here, you're either getting a very old college player or somebody that needs to be developed, a young guy. Imoni Bates could be a guy they target here. If he falls this low, maybe he goes a little higher, but I see him as a late first round, early second round type guy. And then Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan. You could be keeping him somewhat close to home, going out and getting the left-handed 2 guard. Now, the free agent decisions. You have a lot of team options, as I mentioned. So Tyrese Haliburton here, the first. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Averaged 20.7 points, 10.4 assists, and 3.7 rebounds this year for the Indiana Pacers. Had a truly breakout season as the guy for the Indiana Pacers going forward. You look at the efficiency, 49% from the field, 40% from 3, 1.6 steals per game as well. I mean, he's just everything you could ask for out of a franchise point guard. So yeah, the team option, I think this is a no-brainer right here. Now, Chris Duarte, the next guy that we need to talk about, he was, a guy that I thought was going to have a big second year or big year this year. Turns out he did not. 8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.4 assists. Kind of got lost in the rotation behind Buddy Hield, behind Benedict Mathurin there. At the 2, of course, Tyrese and Andrew Nembhard were at the 1. But he was very inefficient as well, to say the least. So that's another reason that he kind of got lost, buried down in the rotation. But I'm not sure. I mean, maybe you pick the team option up one more year on Chris, and then we'll see what happens after that. But he's a guy that I'm not sure about. Aaron Nesmith this year actually impressed me. 10.3 points, 3.8 rebounds, 1.3 assists. Played a good role for a young Pacers team that needed a knockdown shooter. Shot it at a 37% clip this year. Was actually the second best shooter on the team behind Buddy Hield, but 43% overall. He's a guy that I'm definitely keeping long term. Perfect prototypical NBA wing, long, athletic, and can shoot it. Isaiah Jackson, 7.2 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks. He was efficient in the time that he played in. Very few minutes this year for Isaiah, but he shot at 56% from the field. He produced while he was in there, despite the fact that he only played in 17 minutes a game. So he's another guy that I'd probably keep. It could go either way, really a coin flip. But you're obviously bringing back Tyrese, Nesmith, and then Jackson and Duarte, kind of still up in the air. Now, free agent targets, and I'm targeting both of the experienced big men on the Kings. I don't think the Kings are going to be able to bring both of these guys back, so maybe you go after a Harrison Barnes type that's got that finals experience. Of course, Trey Lyles was fantastic for the Kings this postseason, so I think you go get one of those guys and help fill up the need at the 4. Maybe you go Taylor Hendricks and then you get one of these guys as well. And then you've also got like Isaiah Jackson, Jalen Smith to go with Myles Turner at the 5. I think that would be a good way to go. I think this starting lineup next year wins a good amount of games. This was a Pacers team that was in the play-in race a good length into the season. I mean, at the deadline, they were still in the play-in race. I believe they were the 7th seed closing in on the deadline. And Tyrese Haliburton, Benedict Mathurin in his second year, that's a phenomenal young backcourt there. That's a backcourt that you can ride for the next 10 to 15 years. Buddy Hield's still in there at the 3, still producing. I mean, he shoots like 10 threes a game, but he shoots 40%. You can't ask for much more than that. Myles Turner at the 5, one of the most underrated bigs in today's game. And then the young rookie Taylor Hendricks at the 4. And like I said, I think this is a team that can win a lot of games, especially when you've got more experienced guys coming off the bench. Even though this is still a very young team overall, you bring in a guy like a Harrison Barnes to come off the bench alongside Jordan Nora and Aaron Nesmith. That's 3 good NBA wings here, NBA-ready caliber wings. Jordan Nora didn't really come on towards the end of the year, or didn't really come on till the end of the year this year, but I think that he can continue how he was playing and produce next year. And then Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard. I love Andrew Nembhard. Can't say enough about Andrew Nembhard. Dude is an absolute dog in the paint. I really like him, or not in the paint, on the perimeter. I like him a lot out of the University of Gonzaga. So I think this bench unit would be pretty cool as well. And then, of course, you can mix and match some other guys from the rotation. We'll take a look at the other guys that they have on the roster. The rest of the depth chart is as follows. I mean, you got Isaiah Jackson that you can plug in at either the power forward or center spot. TJ McConnell, who I mentioned that Ryan Nembhard will be the backup point guard, Andrew Nembhard will be the backup point guard. But TJ McConnell, if you want to go for some more experience, could do that. Chris Duarte could play the 2 or the 3, then Isaiah Jackson at the 4 or the 5. So you got plenty of depth here in Indiana, and that's not even including if they do sign any other free agents, or the two late first round picks that they have with Kobe Buffkin, Imani Bates. That's kind of who I'm leaning right now if I'm the Pacers. Getting those 2 guys, another scorer, another wing, but maybe you go Dylan Mitchell and try to sharpen him into something of an NBA player. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button and leave me a comment down below as it really helps out in the YouTube algorithm. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.